Morning, everybody. My name is Anil Dash. I'm the CEO of a company called Glitch. Yesterday, we celebrated our 21st anniversary as a tech company here in New York City, so very proud of that. And we're part of a community of small independent technology companies that have been in New York City for decades. I'm going to talk a little bit about how we can support them as an engine of not just economic growth, but civic participation. But first, I want to ask you a question, which is, when somebody says where to get great food in New York City, do you tell them, well, New York pizza, you should probably just go to Sbarro's? Or do you tell them, fast food, this factory farmed is great, you should probably go to McDonald's? I think you don't. I think you tell them that New York City is about what's great, that's local, that's from communities that care about us, that share our values. I know our bagel shop is like family to us. And that's an important analogy because if we look at the way that this city and its organizations buy technology, all they buy is factory farm fast food. The vast majority of procurement dollars go towards a handful of giant technology companies. We all know who they are. And very often, those companies don't share values that support and strengthen our city. And this is something remarkable to think about because this isn't true in any other industry. If we look at fashion, manufacturing, anything else, we're very proud to say we're the best in the world here. But when we look at where we spend our dollars in technology, it doesn't happen that way. And this is especially jarring because all of us agree technology is going to be part of revitalizing and renewing the city. There's 100% agreement on this. Sort of regardless of perspective, it's like, well, tech is going to be part of the story. And that's really important to me. It's very personal because there are a lot of us that are independent technology companies, sometimes mom and pop shops, sometimes independent shops. Sometimes they've gotten bigger. But in New York, it's different. These are companies that organize to push for better technology education in our schools. These are companies that push for things like treating workers better. At Glitch, we're proud that we were the first tech startup to voluntarily recognize our workers' union. Look at the apps on your phone and think about how those companies treat their workers. Now, what I'm asking for is something specific. This is both for our incoming mayor and for all of you that are in charge of procurement policies at your organizations. The first ask is very, very simple. When you're specifying technology, when you're buying technology, ask yourself whether New York's technology companies, especially the small independent ones, are on the list at the top of the list. All we're asking for is a fair shot to compete, not billions of dollars of handouts so we can build a new HQ, just a fair shot to compete. That's not much to ask. The other thing that I'm asking for all of you is individually, personally, and this is something I've challenged myself to too. Next time you take that phone out of your pocket, or when you look at all those tabs in your browser on your computer at your desk, ask yourself how many of those technologies and tools were created locally by people in your community, by people who share your values, by people who were coming from a tradition that cares about others, and then make sure you feel damn good about the answer to that question. Thank you.